Oh,
Oh,
Enzo
Enzo
Maresca. Oh, Enzo
Maresca.
Maresca. Oh,
Oh,
Enzo
Enzo
Maresca.
Maresca.
Dude, we're back.
Oh, Enzo Maresca.
We got our
Let's
Chelsea back.
go. Let's fucking go, baby.
Dude, we got a TikTok over here live, behind the scenes.
Let's
I know I
go.
did have a guy or gal, I'm not sure, that wanted me to shout them out on from our TikTok, and he said, "Shout us out in the next video." So real quick, let me get that out of the way. It's
Nice, nice.
on TikTok, username Jude JW7. Shout out to you, being a loyal follower on our TikTok. Make sure you
Heck
guys
yeah,
follow us.
Jude.
It's
Number one
at
fan,
Two
Jude
Blues in a
J. W.
Pod
Yes, sir. Nice to
on
meet you, man. I hope you enjoyed
all
today's
streaming
episode.
devices or
Heck
social
yeah.
media and whatnot. But
Yes, sir.
second
Shall
place,
we get started?
we're
Shall
back.
second place?
Yeah, take it
Chelsea.
away. Take it away. Roll the intro.
Welcome back to another episode. My name is Guillermo,
I'm Pablo.
and this is Two Blues in a Pod.
Two Blues in a
Uh,
Pod.
we are excited today. We won 5-1 away at St. Mary's Stadium against Southampton today.
That's right.
5 goals. Could have scored 5 more, let one in, but whatever. Really don't care. Just freaking excited. A lot of chants going out. A lot of Chelsea content out, and I'm super excited to record this because we haven't had a game where we've recorded right after that
Yeah.
and have kind of those emotions in place, So I'm really excited to record today.
Yeah, it's like our it's live reactions almost. No pun intended to y'all.
Right. Hey.
Um oh, what's up, Lala? Christoph. We got a couple people on here. Some pretty girl. Some Russian guy. I'm not even gonna try and read that. But shout out to all of y'all. Dude, yeah, I know live reaction. It's awesome because you got all the emotion built up right now. Like you don't gotta be thinking of anything. It's not gonna be thoughtful or anything. It's just gonna be pure emotional, just
Yes,
what
sir.
we're feeling from the get
Yep.
go.
Yep.
And I think the very first thing I'm feeling is
Yeah.
just excitement. Like it's actually, I got a little teary eyed watching the game when I heard the Chelsea fans chanting Enzo Maresca's name and chanting, "We've got our Chelsea back. We've got our Chelsea
I'm
back.
getting I'm getting
We've
goosebumps.
got our Chelsea back." Same, oh, dude. We're back, and we've been saying it
We
all
are
season, but
actually back.
we're back.
Today felt like that, right? Like after the game, the good thing is about it is that we were excited for this game because we knew it should be a great game, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so many times before in the past couple of years, probably 2 3 years, we go into this type of game and we end up disappointed. Even if we win, whatever it is, we end up disappointed. Today's game was nothing like that. Today's game delivered. The players played their hearts out, even though it was a midweek game against the 20th place Southampton away.
that's right.
And I'm just so glad that I got to catch it, and I'm 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 over the moon, man.
Hey,
I'm
I
so
mean,
hyped.
you called it. You were texting me from the very beginning. You said, "Oh no, we're gonna win big today," and I was like, "I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know." And you're like, "No, we're winning big today. Like
Yes,
100%, we're
sir.
winning big today." And I even told you I was like, "Dang, I'm actually kind of getting a little sleepy." He's like, "You better wake up because it's gonna be a good game." And
Yes,
you're
sir.
right. But the only thing
Yeah,
it did annoy me. We could have scored 732 more goals on them in the first half alone. And
legit.
I hate how unclinical we were because normally we've
Yeah,
been clinical this season, but
right.
it just hasn't been it. But it's okay. It's
It's
okay.
okay.
You know
It's
why?
okay. Why?
You were telling me we're the top in the league for goals,
Yes, sir. Top five best defense in the league.
top five best
Uh,
defense,
best scoring team in the Premier League.
first one to
Uh,
30,
yes, sir.
first
And
one
we
to
have
30 in the
Cole
Premier League.
Palmer and Nicholas Jackson right underneath Holland and Salah. So we are killing it. Everything is going better than expected, and I'm here for it, man. After 2 3 years of miserableness, staleness, switches of managers, just nightmares. I am excited and I'm looking forward to December and I am looking forward to spring. And I have full confidence and faith that come the end of May, come May, when it's the last couple of games, we are going to be in it. We
Yeah,
are
I
going to
mean,
be in it.
dude, I'm telling you, like December's always a tough season, a tough
Yeah,
period. I mean, we've got
for
9
Chelsea
games
too.
in 1 month, and especially for Chelsea, yeah. For
Mhm.
Chelsea, it's a make or break for the season. If we do
Yep,
good in December, we're title contenders. If we do
legit.
any season, and if we do bad in December, all hope is gone. We're
Yep.
probably gonna be outside of
Top 4 if
top
that.
4. Yeah, if that.
Right, right.
But it just feels good. We're second
It just
place,
feels
7
good.
points, 7 points behind Liverpool.
Liverpool. Mhm,
Title
Liverpool.
race, baby.
Yes,
Title
sir.
race.
Yes,
Like, I
sir,
don't
we are.
care. People are trying to downplay it and be like, cool down, cool your emotions, relax. We're not in the title race. We're in the title race, people. We're in the title race, okay?
I mean, all you gotta do is go look. All you gotta do is go look. Go look at the table. Tell me what's up. Who's in the title race? Because if Arsenal are in the title race, we're in the title race. If City's in the title race, we're in the title race. We're ahead of both of them. What's
That's right.
up?
Ahead of City,
Ahead of
ahead of
City, baby.
Arsenal.
Mhm.
Arsenal that finished what, second place last season? They were happy with that.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Who's second now? How's it looking down over there in third place? Even though it's goal difference, but
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks
2
in a
weeks in a
row.
row.
2 weeks in a row, baby.
No, last week it was well, yeah, last week we were technically above them for some reason, but this week,
Oh, that's right.
over the weekend they were above us because of alphabetical reasons. But
Right, right. That's right. That's right. Should we get started with the actual goals and kind of how the game panned out and
yeah,
all that
that's
stuff?
right, that's right. We should. So okay, we did win, like you said, 5-1 away at St. Mary's. First goal was Nkunku, right?
Disasi.
Disasi from
Disasi
the corner.
scored.
That's right.
Yeah.
So many goals, I forget them. It was Disasi from the corner. Finally, we score a goal in the Premier League from the
I
corner, and you
know,
could see our
for real.
corners were good. They
Yeah,
were
and I
they
think
were
sorry, I think it's like conference league stuff because in the conference league we score a lot of these types of goals, and it kind of
That's
felt
true.
like we were managing this game kind of like a conference league game.
I agree,
So
and we almost had a little bit of our conference league team in there. We had
right,
Disasi that doesn't really start in the Premier League. We had Tosin that doesn't really start in the Premier League. Whether or not that's because of injuries, it doesn't matter. It's they still started. Who else?
and
Nkunku and
Nkunku,
Felix. They usually start
yes,
in the Premier League or in the Conference League, and Jorgensen. That I keep calling him
and
Petrovic for some
Jorgensen.
reason, but Jorgensen. Shout out Jorgensen. He had an amazing game though. I
He had
know
a
we
great
barely faced any shots, but those shots that we faced were dangerous,
yes,
and he kept us. Because if not, it was at like 1-1, and they had
yeah,
a clear shot at a goal
hmm,
blocked it. At
yeah,
2-1 when we were winning, they had another chance. At 3-1, they had another chance. Any of those
yeah,
going in, they definitely would have changed the whole game. Shout out
yeah.
Akeli, shout out Jose Cartagena 83. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Rosa Maya, what's up? Welcome to the TikTok live. I'm telling y'all,
What's
y'all are
up? What's
missing out.
up?
Go to our TikTok, follow us.
What's
We're
our
on there.
TikTok?
It's blowing up. It's blowing up because it's two blues
Two
in a
blues in
pod.
a
It's
pod.
Chelsea. We're the best.
Yes, sir. We're back.
I'm
We're
sorry.
back.
Okay, I got ahead of myself. So Disasi with the first goal in the corner. Then it was
Yeah,
Nkunku. We got to see his balloon celebration, that iconic
yeah.
one. Go on.
Before that they tied up at minute
They
11. So it was
I'm
4
sorry.
minutes right after we scored.
That's right. They did tie up within 4 minutes,
Mhm.
which we shouldn't be conceding against Southampton. They've
We
only
shouldn't be
scored 11
conceding.
goals this season, but hey,
Mhm.
we can overlook it if we score 5 goals, right?
Yeah, they're actually quality side, honestly. Like we were texting about it. Like on the ball, they're quality. I watched
Mhm.
I can't remember who it was that they faced. Maybe United recently and or Liverpool, one of those. And they
They
were playing
played
out from
Brighton.
the back.
They played Brighton the other
Right.
day.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It was a decent big team, and they were playing out from the back like easily. And I was like, I wonder how we're gonna do against that, you know. And it seemed Maresca talked about it. The first 15, 20 minutes, we weren't great. And even you said it. You were texting me. You were like, horrible start right now, horrible
Mhm.
start. And yeah, yeah, you could see it. We were kind of jumpy and this and that. We weren't really organized, you know, just kind of too much in the air type of thing. But
Yeah.
after those 15, 20 minutes, I think it's after Nkunku's goal, minute 17, we really just relaxed. We really just calmed down and we said, dude, we're Chelsea. Let's just calm down and
Mhm.
we'll win this game, you know? And you saw it from the team that started happening. 17 minutes later, after Nkunku's 17-minute goal, Madueke scores.
That's right.
Um, beautiful goal, beautiful goal. I want to see
Beautifully
that
taken.
goal way more. Yeah, I want to see that goal way more. He was awesome today. Palmer scores minute 76, and then Sancho finishes it off minute 87. In
That
the midst of all that, in the first half, there was a red card, Stevens, for pulling Cuckoo's hair.
their
But
captain.
yeah, their captain.
What an example to set as a captain,
I know.
as the leader of the team. You go on and pull someone's hair.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Like, how are players still doing that when you have 20 million different cameras around in the stadium and VAR's going to look at it? But I guess
Right.
technically, it already happened 2 years ago against Spurs. And what happened? Romero got away
Nothing.
with it. That little can't say that. Um, but got away with it, and immediately from that corner that should have been a red for Romero, foul, no corner, and finished the game off. No, Kane scored 2-2, tied it up, and that was the downfall of Thomas Tuchel and everything. I swear
Yeah.
we went into a different universe, a different timeline ever since then.
Wow. That's actually crazy that that's right before all that happened. What a match
Yeah,
that was. The famous handshake between Tuchel and Conte.
that's right. I forgot they didn't shake hands, or they did shake hands, but it
They
was like
shook hands.
excessive. It was like, oh.
It was like a
I
grudge
miss that.
match.
But hey, better times now. We're in second place.
Or
Thankfully, this time, the ref got it right, and
Mhm.
I'm surprised. I was watching it on Peacock, and the commentators the commentators were saying, "Oh, that's soft. That's not a pen. I mean, that's
Mhm.
not a foul. That wouldn't be a red. He's exaggerating it." I'm like, "You're pulling someone's hair. That's not even
Yeah,
part of
what
the
is
game.
that?
Like, you're just pulling
Yeah.
someone's hair. That's not." And anything else, that's a foul. How is that even questionable? That's a
How
straight up
they
red. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, like, how they put it is, like, violence conduct or something like that. I think
Yeah,
that's how
yeah,
they
violent
labeled it.
conduct.
Yeah, it's a violent conduct.
Lala on TikTok says, "Poor cuckoo." Yeah, poor
For
Ed.
real
He's
though.
always getting abused,
For
man.
real, bro. Like,
Always.
he takes the heat, man. Cuckoo takes the heat. It's crazy because he actually had, on FOTMOB ratings, he had a 6.8 rating,
Nah.
which doesn't make sense to me because I thought Cuckoo was stupendous today. Honestly, the whole team was pretty great, but I thought Cuckoo in general, especially from that back line, he was huge. He was
Yeah.
really huge. He was the leader in that back line. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure kind of where that's coming from. But
Yeah,
yeah, poor
I thought he was
Cuckoo,
great. I
man.
thought Cucurella had an amazing game. I
Yeah.
mean, I know defensively there wasn't really much for him to do,
Mhm.
but, attacking and just being in the midfield and controlling everything, he was really good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's the usual stuff we see from him, and I'm not sure why his rating is so down. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Another person I wanna talk about quickly is I mean, I talk about him every episode.
Yeah.
People probably get tired of it, but everyone knows how much I love Caicedo. I mean, I got him in the back of my jersey. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Let me see. Let me see. Turn it on a little bit more. Can you? Yes,
GOAT.
sir.
Ecuadorian GOAT right there.
Yes,
Midfield
sir.
maestro and Nino Moy, the best
Tell us about
center
right now.
mid in the entire league, in the entire world. I
Like
don't care. Chukwemeni
blue
who,
take, blue take.
um, Rodri who he's injured, can't even walk. Like we've got the best midfielder in the league
Yeah.
by far. And again, he showed it. Again, defensively there wasn't really much to do, but
hmm
I don't know if you saw which one was it? I
Was it
think the
one of
Sancho
the?
goal. It was a Sancho
Yeah,
goal,
yeah,
where he just split that midfield open, giving that pass to Enzo. Enzo with another assist.
yeah.
Your boy Enzo with another
Yes,
assist,
sir. Yes,
passing it over
sir.
to Sancho. Amazing. But
hmm
I can't talk about Caicedo enough, but also I can't talk about him without talking about Enzo. And I
Right.
mean, he's your boy. You love him.
Yeah.
You've been hyping him up, and I'm everyone's seeing the light now. It's Enzo's back.
5 games, 8 goals and assists for the
5 games,
worst.
8 goals and assists is
8 goals and
insane.
assists for Enzo Fernandez. Literally, what, 3 weeks ago, people were saying how trash he is. Literal words. People were saying how trash Enzo Fernandez is. Come watch Chelsea. Come watch Chelsea. Tell me how trash Enzo Fernandez is. And no, he had a great game, man. Just active, right? Like I mentioned it last episode. If you want someone in that midfield who's going to give you activity, productivity for 90 minutes, not 80 minutes, not 85, 90 plus minutes,
Right?
it's Enzo Fernandez. And Caicedo, of course, can do that. But like I'm really in a sense like proud of Enzo because it takes a big deal of mental strength to adapt and adjust when things aren't going right, and then to get it right and keep going and keep going and keep going. Shout out to him, man. He makes Chelsea much more fun to watch when he's playing,
No,
and
facts.
I'm just happy we have another South American in there.
Yeah, I mean, them 2, they had an amazing game too. Lavia didn't play.
No, they didn't play.
And people were saying that you can't have a double pivot of Caicedo and Enzo because they just don't complement each other. They need lots
Right.
in there.
Right.
I know it's
Right.
Southampton. I know they're bottom of the league, but
Yep.
still, I mean, they had an amazing game together. Amazing game.
Yeah, they did.
And Enzo's really showing it.
Yes,
But you
sir.
know who I'm happy for?
Ah,
I'm happy for Nkunku.
yeah,
Finally,
yeah,
a
I am
Premier League start. I know it's Southampton, but still, another Premier League start, and immediately gets a goal.
immediately gets a goal.
And I
Immediately.
mean, that's all because also Madueke did amazing there. Unselfish. He
Mhm.
noticed that Madueke or Nkunku was in a better position, and Nkunku did finish their first time because sometimes some strikers in that position would take an extra touch. 'Cause they're too scared to shoot it,
Right,
first time or anything.
right.
They would have taken an extra
Yep,
touch just to make sure
yep.
the defender doesn't get in the way or anything. No, he just did the
Mhm.
smart thing and just barely tapped it in because it's
Just hit
like
it. Just hit it.
a
Pass it
training
in, pass
exercise.
it in.
Yeah, just pass it in the net. It
Right.
was a little training
Mhm.
exercise for him, and that's how he should have taken it, and that's how he did, thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think Jackson takes another touch on that,
I
for
was
sure.
thinking that. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to talk bad about Jackson because I
No,
love
no, no, no,
Jackson.
it's just that he usually likes to take a touch before he shoots.
But yeah, exactly. I thought he would have taken a touch too if he was playing if that was him in that position, he would have taken a
Yeah,
touch.
yeah. I was, I thought he had a really good game in Kunku. He also got an assist for Palmer's goal, although I don't know how intentional that was. Cheeky
Yeah.
Palmer kind of stole that from Nkunku, but
I wouldn't say
you
he
see it
stole it though,
like,
because it didn't seem like it was going in,
it was
obviously,
going in. Yeah,
but you don't know what's behind you, and at
exactly.
that point, you just gotta touch it in. You know you're offside
Yeah,
you're onside, you have to force the ball in. You can't
yeah,
just
yeah, of
wait
course.
and see what happens. It would've been
It's
cool for
just
Nkunku to get 2 goals, but
yeah. It was funny because right away you see Palmer like stick his tongue out and look at Nkunku like, and then
Nkunku was happy,
Nkunku
you
just
saw him.
smiles.
He was
Yeah, he
immediately
just
like
he just smiles. There's a great picture going around on social media right now, and it's literally Palmer like, and then Nkunku just like man,
yep.
So yeah,
It's all
really
vibes.
happy.
Vibes FC is back.
Yes, sir. I'm really happy for Nkunku. Deserved this start. Whatever it comes in December, right? Midweek fixtures. Honestly, shout out to Maresca, right? Maybe kind of keeping him hungry until now,
Yeah.
and then giving him the full start in 90. I'm really happy with that because he deserved. I didn't want him to play 60, 70 minutes. I wanted him to play the full game, the full game. He deserves that. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, at minute like 88, they pan the picture to Jackson, who's like warming up or something, and he just has shorts, a long sleeve, and a beanie, and he's just
Yeah.
chilling because like all the other players around him are moving. He's just chilling because he knows he's not going in. He's
Yeah,
like,
no,
game's
there's no
over.
need. There's
And
no need.
Kunku's playing. There's no
Yeah.
need.
Game's over, and we gotta save him for the Spurs game because he scored a hat
Yes,
trick
sir.
away last year, so he wants to do
That's
it
right.
again. He wants to do
Yes,
it
sir.
again.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, no, big ups to to Nkunku and Madueke, but,
Yeah.
I do wanna touch on Felix. I
Right.
was happy that he started. Enzo Maresca a couple days ago, did mention that that Felix and Cole Palmer are the 2, like, X factors that we have in this team.
Right.
There are little star boys, they have that extra flair, that extra oomph that people
Mhm.
like to talk about, but, um, I didn't he has the extra flair. He can take on his man. Somehow he's always able to take on his man, with a extra little bit of, Brazilian in him. I know he's Portuguese, but
Yeah.
he's got
Yeah.
that little Brazilian in him where he kinda
Yeah.
dances around his opponent, but, and wins a lot of free kicks that way, but the thing I didn't like about him today was he wasn't clinical.
Right.
At the
Right.
first 30 seconds of the second half, Cole Palmer rinsed his opponent over closer to the corner flag, and with his weaker foot and the right foot, lobs a cross over to Felix,
Wow.
unmarked, all by himself. Picture this. This is the goal right here. I'm over here, and he went like that to head it. No defender around him. The goalie was beaten already, and he did the right thing to go against where the ball is coming from, against where the goalie's coming from,
Right.
but just shot it wide. It's like,
Just
come
shot
on,
it
you got to
wide.
score that. And there was other
Yeah.
instances where he had opportunities to score, clear, easy, cut
Mhm.
chances, and just wasn't doing it.
Right. And that
And
was a
we need
criticism.
those goals. We need
Yeah.
those goals. Right now, maybe
We
not. I
need him
mean,
scoring those goals.
yeah, we need him scoring goals too. Yeah, you're right. Like we need him at the top of his game. We need everyone at the top of his game. And
Mhm.
for people calling out for Joao Felix to start, now you're seeing why he hasn't been starting.
Right.
I'm not saying
Right.
that every game is like that, but in this
Mhm.
game, Does he deserve to start over
solid.
Neto now against
Right.
Spurs? No.
You know, it's weird because one of the things that I like that Joao Felix did today, I thought he interchanged with Palmer really well. There was one instance, like you're talking about Palmer giving him a lob. There's an instance where Joao Felix gives him a lob, and it's a
Yes.
beautiful ball, and Palmer does nasty control, and he shoots it with his right weak foot. I think keeper blocks it a little bit and then
He
hits
did.
post.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just
There is that
the thing I like
connection.
about having Joao there is I feel like he can get to the ball. He can almost play like a cam, rather than like just a winger where you only expect certain things out of wingers. He can kind of be a cam in that winger spot and send those types of balls in. So imagine if like Nico Jackson's making runs and all that stuff, like Joao Felix on the ball is very dangerous. And kind of like Maresca said, they see the game differently. They see
They
things
do.
that regular people don't see. And I like having that on the pitch. You know what I mean? Especially like when games are tight and we just need a little bit of a ego boost or confidence boost. Joao Felix will do something flary, and it kind of gives us that. It kind of gives us that confidence. Like,
You're right.
like we go against each other all in training, and we're better than this team. Like, we can beat this team, and that's the type of thing that I like seeing
Yeah.
from him. Honestly.
Yeah, you're right. Like if he comes on and the stadium's a little quiet, we're trying to find a groove and things aren't
Mm-hmm.
working out. He comes on and he nutmegs someone.
Mm-hmm.
It gets the people riled up. It gets your teammates
Exactly.
riled up, and he's gonna
Yeah.
get fouled after doing that. So then it's gonna give him more,
Right.
more emotions come out of it. So
Right.
I mean, yeah, he does do a lot for the team, like in that
Right.
form.
In that
Um,
sense, yeah.
but I just wish he
Was
was
more
more
clinical.
clinical. Yeah,
Of course,
especially
yeah.
this game. I
And
wish he was more clinical. But he's not the
that's
only one. This
yeah,
whole game, there were so many people that missed so many almost sitters.
yeah, Madueke. How many times did Madueke shoot and he got blocked? I think
Yeah,
like
for
6
real.
times just him today.
Yeah,
Literally.
he easily definitely should have had another goal.
Yeah. Dude, we had 29, 26 or 29 total attempts on goal. 26, I think it
It was
was. I think it was
26,
26.
26.
And then 13 on target.
13 on target.
26 attempts at goal. 26 attempts at goal. Like you said, we should have scored 15 or so, literally.
Oh,
So,
hold on. We got a couple people. Jose Rodriguez, 45. Shout out Miguelis. Uh, butchered his name. Jada joined also on TikTok Live, telling you guys are missing out. Join us. Um, but yeah, no, that's an insane set. Didn't you say also we had the biggest XG or something? What was it?
yes, yeah. So since Opta Joe Records from 2008 2009, I saw this on Twitter. Here, let me find it actually perfectly. Yeah, from Squawka page. Chelsea's total against Southampton was the highest ever recorded by a team in an away Premier League game since Opta Joe Records began in 2008 2009. 5.29 XG and 5 goals.
Dang.
So like you said, man, like you said, we should have at least scored 5. We scored 5. But like you said, we probably score 5 more.
Yeah, we definitely could
Or
have
if
scored
we
more
really
goals.
wanted it, like I think if Madueke really wanted it, he could have scored a hat trick this game. Same with Palmer, right?
Yeah,
Same with Nkunku, probably. Same
we
with
got a little
maybe
complacent, a little
yeah.
um cocky also, like, okay,
Mhm.
I can take an extra step because I just want to show off and then score a cool goal when you should
Mhm.
have been trying to do the easier thing. At
Right,
one point,
right.
I think who was it? Nkunku, I think, got the ball, or was it Felix? I don't remember. And they tried to do. I think it was maybe Felix. He had a clear shot at goal, and he decided to do a backheel pass to Madueke, and they weren't in
Mm.
sync. I'm like, at that, just shoot. Just
Oh
shoot. You're
yeah,
trying to be a
I
little
know
too
exactly
fancy.
what you're
You
talking about.
remember? Yeah, you're just trying to be a little too fancy. Like, just
Yeah,
come on.
just shoot, just shoot. No, yeah, but I do want to talk about Noni Madueke because I think today he gave me the performance that I want from him as a mature player.
Yeah, because you've
Today
been
he looked mature.
talking him down,
Yeah,
not like that,
I
but, like, you've been criticizing him, rightfully
right, yeah,
so.
and it's because here's the thing, man, like, I think as a coach, you can criticize your player if he's not giving you all that he should or can, right? If you're doing more than what you can, then great, right? There's not really much I can say negatively about you or, like, criticize in sense.
Right.
But Madueke has had a great season. Right now, he goals and assists this Premier League season, he has 7 above Kai Havertz, Brennan Johnson. If you don't know him, that's a Spurs player. He's trash. Gabriel Martinelli and Dejan Kulusevski. Kulusevski is supposed to be having amazing season right now.
Right.
Madueke is above all those, and he has 2 more than him, because Kulusevski has 5. So, in terms of Madueke, I was happy today how he played because he seemed mature. He seemed in control of his emotions. He seemed in control of his decision making. He seemed to know what he wanted to do, um, before he got the ball. Like that Nkunku pass 4 weeks ago, Madueke probably shoots that.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? And
That's
so
true.
you can see it in his face, right? Like even after he gave that pass to Nkunku, there was a seriousness to him. There was a seriousness to him, and I love seeing that. And like I said, I thought he had an amazing game. He was very mature today. Kept the team very balanced and took his chances. Right. There was a couple of times he got the ball pretty wide with a lot of space, and he went right into the box. Took a couple of whatever you
People
call
on.
them, crossovers. Yeah, and then took people on and then shot. And that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
So kudos to Noni Madueke.
Hey,
He was
man.
bum ups. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. You were getting to man of the match.
Man of the
Madueke, man
match.
of the match. Going
Man of
assists,
the
like you
match.
said. I mean, and he came off kind of early too. He came off at what, minute 70, maybe?
Yeah, I believe
Uh,
so. Mhm.
and still won man of the
Sancho.
match. And
Right.
you said it, I think, immediately after during the first half or right after the first half. Um, you automatically said, no, he's a man of the match today, hands
Yeah.
down. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was just blatantly obvious. Excuse
He gave us that seriousness that I wanna see from him, man, and, like, I wanna see that in the big games too. He is someone who seems to be excited and who seems to be kind of like a jokester in a sense, but big games require, big attitude
right,
and big mentality, and I haven't seen that enough from Madueke. I think if he can get that right the rest of the season, he will be a top 3, top 5 winger in the Prem.
I
Literally.
agree.
I truly believe that. He has it all in his arsenal. So I'm hoping he really sees that and says, let's lock in. Let's lock in December. And then after that, maybe I let loose off the pedal, whatever, a little bit. But I think if he locks in December, it's over, man. He's
Eh,
taking
uh,
off. He's
I
taking
mean,
off for the season.
that's exactly what, Maresca said after the game. He said, "There's still
Right.
more. There's still more that I want from
Yes.
him, and he can do more."
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
actually, Pochettino said the exact same thing last year about him. He said, "I'm in love with him. He's such a great player. He does well in training, but there's still just that extra oomph, that
Mhm.
they want from him because they know that he can take it up to another level. Because
Right.
he's got, like you said, he's got all the tools in the arsenal to take it up a notch. And so, hopefully, like you're saying, this December, he takes it up a notch and becomes
Yeah.
the player that everyone knows that he can become because he's an
Right.
amazing player.
Yeah. He knows it
So
himself. He knows it himself. He just has to truly want it. He has to truly want it. Because you can tell he already knows how to do it now.
yeah,
Right? It's just about, can you keep doing it? Can you keep showing up? Can you keep doing it? And I'm really rooting for him. I think he can do it.
yeah. Cole Palmer is someone we've been kind of not talking about too much right now. In
Right.
this episode, it's because yeah, he scored a goal. And did he have an assist? No, he didn't. But he scored a goal, and that was about it. He was kind of quiet today. You probably wanted more from him, especially with the game being so open and them having a red card from
Right.
early on. You expected him to do a little bit more. He should have a couple assists, but they, weren't clinical enough.
Yep.
But still, he's been a little quiet. But still, on his
He's been a
quiet
little
days,
quiet.
he scores a goal. Quiet game last game, scored a goal and an assist, man of the match.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, if this is
It
quiet
comes
Palmer,
easy.
I'm fine with that.
Right, right.
Go
If this is
ahead.
Palmer, that's fine.
Yeah,
Nah, I in terms of attitude, I don't know if it's 100% there, and I think even he knows that, and maybe even Maresca knows that, but I guess he's just someone you can't leave off the pitch.
no, definitely
Mm,
not.
yeah, and I get it. I love Palmer. Like I have his jersey and everything. I love him, but it's different to last season. Right? It's different. I'm not seeing the hunger I saw last season.
I
There was
I
a
think it's
deep
just
hunger he had last season
and it's because he wanted to prove himself, and
to
now
the
he's
world.
already
It
proven
wasn't just
himself.
Chelsea, it was to the world. He wanted to prove it to himself and to the world that he deserved to be at the top of
Exactly.
football, you know? And I think now he knows that he is. And
Yeah, he
maybe
had a
he
little chip on his shoulder.
right, right. But I don't wanna. I don't know, man. Like today, he came off minute 79, and like you said, he wasn't super noisy in the game, right? He
No.
wasn't. You weren't seeing crazy things from Palmer. He was just sitting night. He was just kind of like tight and nitty with his passes.
Mhm.
Uh, just in front of goal, he's so good, right? Like he can see the danger that
It's like
people can see.
it's like everything slows down for him.
Literally.
He knows, like, we're over here focused on the player to the right
Mhm.
making a run, and you're like, "Oh, pass it to him, obviously," and then he just sees the player to the left coming from behind him somehow and knows that that's a better opportunity. I don't
Literally.
understand how he does it, like, that
I
was
don't know.
specifically a point where he did that with it was Nkunku and Madueke running on the right, and he had Cucurella coming, like, busting a lung,
Mm.
coming behind him on his left, and he just slowed down enough to know that he was coming and attract some of the attention from the center back to give him that open, pass to Cucurella in the box, and Cucurella should have shot, but he decided to pass it, which I don't blame him. I
Oh,
mean,
is
yeah,
that
lost
the one
back.
where he chips a little
He
bit?
chipped. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
it
yeah,
might
yeah,
have
yeah.
been before. That would have been a nasty goal, though.
You know who would've
That
scored
would
that
have
goal?
been disgusting. Huh?
You know who would've scored that goal?
Madueke.
Chilwell.
Oh, stop. Yeah, he
I
would have scored.
if it was Chilwell in that position, he would've
Yeah,
scored that.
he would have shot and, yeah, probably scored that. But that's what I like about Cuckoo, though. He doesn't care about that spotlight in
Mm-mm.
that sense. He
Mm-mm.
just wants to prove it to himself that he's like a beast, like he's an animal on the pitch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And what I'm loving it from him now is that he's taking those little wins. And I think he's teaching the squad how to do that a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Today with the hair, with that red card, that wasn't a Pedro Porro hair pull, right? That wasn't a vroom. It was more
R
of
no,
it might have been
Romero,
accident.
Romero.
Romero, sorry. That was and it might have been an accident today. Because he looks like he maybe even tried to get something else, but Kuka's hair's in the way. Maybe he got
His hair's
tangled up.
everywhere.
Maybe he got tangled up and he tried to take his hand out and because it was a slight tug. It wasn't like I want to grab it and then pull.
Mhm.
Um, hence why probably the commentators were saying that, but that's still a hair pull, accidental or not. But I just thought the commentators were giving him stick for that. I think Cucurella did great. He
Yeah.
did great to capitalize off that mistake. I mean, what do you mean? If you pull my hair, if you do a violent conduct, what am I supposed to help you and kind of like act like nothing happened? No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
make the most. I'm gonna bring the most attention I can to it,
It's
so that
like,
the camera can see it. I know what happened. I know what you did.
exactly.
I want
It's like
people to know.
when was it? Against, Aston Villa over the weekend. I remember I was texting you about it.
Yeah.
When Jadon Sancho came on and he took on some players and, in the box, remember? And he
Yes.
decided to be a
Yes.
hero, not a hero. I mean, he decided to stay on his feet and try and
Right.
make something of it. But it was
Mhm.
clear contact, and if he went down, it would have been called a pen. And
It
that's
would
why
have been a
people
peak.
go down all the time. Players
Right.
go down all the time because the ref isn't going to call it if you don't dive. And people are like, "Oh, you're fine."
Mhm.
Well, no, he
Mhm.
felt the contact, but he decided to stay up.
Mhm.
If Cucurella, like the commentators were saying, if Cucurella didn't milk it in a sense,
Mhm.
it would have never been called.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And I
you're getting your hair pulled anywhere in
yeah.
public. You got your hair pulled. That's assault. Like, come on.
Legit, we gonna fight. Yeah.
Any lawyers out there, let me know if that's assault. If you get your hair pulled excessively on purpose,
For sure,
is
for
that assault
sure.
or not?
There's the intent to assault, and then there's the assault. So, if you even had the intent to pull their hair, you're already committing a crime.
That's right. Assault is the intent, and battery is the action. So
Exactly. There
it
you
would have
go.
been
Now you
battery.
yeah.
Um,
Um, real quick, Sancho comes on minute 72. Dewsbury Hall and Viega come on minute 79. Not much to talk about from them really. Sancho had a goal,
Score the goal,
good goal,
right?
well taken goal. Um, Sancho just looks like he's in and out a little bit. Even when he was coming on, he kind of looks like he just woke up a little bit. I don't know if that's just me, but I get that kind of sense when I see him. He's just vibes. It feels like he's just there to. I think he's happy to be in a good place, right? Be in a settled environment. Um, but
I
I
think
want
it's
him to I want him to start thinking internally about what he wants to do in the club because I don't think he's thought about that yet, and I think I can see it from him playing. Obviously he wants to be impactful. He's a baller, he wants to do that. But I want him to be specific. I want him to search. I want him to search within himself. What do I want out of these next 3, 4, 5 years at Chelsea? Do I want to just be another kind of what's it called? What's it?
Just like another squad player, just
Yeah, like
another
another
player
squad
that people
player.
aren't really gonna remember in
Yeah,
15,
like
20 years.
those players that pass along like a standby. What is it called? Bystander. A
A
bystander. Am I just
bystander, a
gonna be a
bystander.
bystander, or am I gonna be an actual important, relevant, key player for Chelsea? Because he
Mhm.
easily can be. I think Sancho, on the top of his game, I think he's easily our left winger or right winger, literally.
I agree.
And so I want him to decide that here soon, before January, hopefully in these next week or two. Because we're in a good place and he should want to be a part of that. And he has a role to play in this team. I want him to realize what that is and push himself to the limits, you know?
I think, 'cause remember, he's also a Blue since birth. He grew up,
Right.
like,
Right.
right in the area,
Yeah.
so he knows what it means to bleed blue, you know?
Right.
It's his boyhood club, and so I think he might just be a little too scared to, excuse me, a little too scared to, like, do anything that can, taint his view, or,
Right.
the fans
Image.
look at him in a different way, you know?
Right. Right.
So
I don't like the in and out stuff. I want him to kind of be consistent a little bit for the team, and that the team sees him and know what he's gonna deliver and know that he's gonna deliver.
yeah.
I don't think we see that from him yet. You know what I mean? There was a certain point at United that Sancho hit that, especially like the season before he left or before everything went south. Really, those preseason games, Sancho was main man. Sancho was the guy on
Yeah, in the
campus kind of thing.
preseason?
Yeah, he was playing left wing, he was playing center forward, he was playing right wing, all three forward positions. And he was killing it. For instance, he destroyed Chelsea at one point. I don't know if you remember that goal where he kind of
I
shimmies
do.
Mendy and then scores. I mean, that's class, man. And that's the Sancho with hunger. That's the Sancho with hunger. That's the Sancho that wants to prove himself. That's the Sancho that wants to be relied on by his team and his
He
manager.
wants to be the main man. And I
Yeah,
know we
and I
have
don't.
Cole Palmer being the main man and Nico Jackson being the main man, but we need a
But they
main
need
man
support.
everywhere. We need them
Yeah,
all.
exactly. And if you have all those players scoring, um, you become deadly. You become deadly. I mean, this team is looking like a team that I can compare this team to is probably Liverpool's second, third year Klopp, because that's what it looks like. Very electric,
Very
very
electric.
explosive. Not amazingly defensively, but will just score, kind of going off emotions. And I think Sancho can be a crucial part of the team. So I'm hoping he self reflects and decides to want that. You know what I mean?
And I mean, he's only been here a couple months, 3
Right.
months, 4 months,
Right.
so it's
Yeah.
just gonna be a matter of time before he hits
Yeah.
the level that he wants to be at.
Of course. Of course.
So, yeah, I think we've kinda touched on all the players that we wanna touch on. Everyone all around did amazing,
Yeah.
top to bottom. Um, the goal that we conceded, I don't know who would be at fault. I don't even remember it that much, honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
It was Enzo. It was Enzo.
Oh,
Enzo
that's
did.
right, and so they can't kinda
They did a nasty like 360 thing in the box, but even before that, it started all the way from the halfway line. Enzo kind of goes to steps. I'm not sure what happened. He slips, steps wrong. I don't know. He slips, and then he's tracing that guy. Shout out to him because he was tracing that guy, running after him all the way from the halfway line, chasing and chasing him. The guy gets a ball played into the box right at the edge on the byline. He does a little like 360. It was nasty.
Yeah, I don't know what
Enzo
that one's
gets a
called, but I
touch
know
on
which one
it.
you're talking about. It's like
Yeah,
if you're playing on FIFA, you do the up right, with the right analog
you're
stick.
terrible. You're terrible.
I mean, that's how I
But
remember it. That's the way
ah,
that's the one I would always do against you guys.
oh
Just
my gosh. But he does it. He gets a touch on it, but the defender just kind of clears it. And then he passes the ball and it's a tap in. Um, so that was really it.
yeah,
But
I
I mean,
remember it now.
it's
But,
okay.
aside from that, I mean, yeah, whatever, one mistake, and we were still great all around. They had a couple shots. Jorgensen was there to ball us out or bail us out
Mhm.
and ball us out.
Yeah.
Um, and I do wanna give one little shout out. If I have to shout out one Southampton player, it was, oh, I forget his name now. Brooks? No,
Who was
it was
it?
a center back,
Armstrong.
Wood.
Oh,
He
Wood.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, he
He's
was a
annoying.
Wood is a keep an eye on that guy. Dude
He
was
was a
really,
menace
really
today.
it was he's 22 years old. It was his Premier League debut, and he did amazing. There was a lot of
Yeah.
time he was trying to win the ball up in the first 15 minutes before everything fell apart for Southampton. He was up there winning the ball in the final third as a center back. I know
Yep.
they play with 5
Yep.
at the back, but still, he was all over everyone for the whole game that he played. I don't know if he played the whole 90 or not, but he was really good for them. So
He
shout
was.
out
He
to Hook.
was. Yeah, and there was a
I
couple of
or
times
Wood.
that sorry, there was a couple of times that, like, you would see it, like, the ball would go out and he'd kick it a little bit far, but he'd do it just right to where, like, it didn't get enough attention to be, like, called out for or anything. Yeah, I honestly, he was one of the him, Walker Peters, obviously, who assisted.
Yeah.
Aribo scored, but I would say Wood, Walker Peters,
Aribo,
then
like you mentioned, he was really good in the midfield.
yeah,
He was going toe to toe with Caicedo at some point,
yeah, yeah, he
and so
was.
big ups to him.
They
But
have like about 4 players, 4 or 5 players that they can build this team around, honestly, and that's probably them. Wood, Aribo, and it's funny because it's an actual square. Wood, Aribo, Fernandez, Walker Peters.
yeah, yeah,
Fraser's probably getting washed. Fernandez is really good. I think he's their
yeah, I
best
like
player.
him. He's
But yeah.
young too.
Mhm.
A lot of
Yeah.
those players are
He can
young.
take a hit too and just,
Yeah,
keep playing. So,
but yeah, Wood I can see him going to a bigger club.
mhm.
If not this season, next or if not next season, the season after that, he could probably go take it a step by step. Probably go from Southampton to I don't know whoever stays in the Premier League. I can see him going to Leicester. Leicester City would be a good
I
move
was
for him.
gonna say Leicester, Wolves, Brighton, like this sort of
Yeah,
team.
a Brighton team too would be really good for him. I
Right.
feel like he was a really good player. But
Yeah.
all the players we touched on them, but one person we really haven't touched on. I mean, we opened up the episode chanting his name, and
Yeah.
that's just because he deserves all the love, and that's
He
the
deserves a
one and
praise.
only Enzo Maresca. He is he's amazing. I love him. I love him. He's brought
For
joy
life.
back to this Chelsea team, to
Yes,
this
sir.
Chelsea fan base.
Yeah.
I remember it wasn't even 6 months ago, you were telling me how depressing it was to watch Chelsea and how you'd be depressed every time after a game ends because we just would lose, you know?
Yep. Yep.
And he's brought us back.
He's brought us back. You can see that there's something that worth fighting for now, and you see the players fighting for it, and I think that's the most important thing. He's done so well. I mean, like you said, just what a freaking manager, what a coach. He's doing both things, and he doesn't seem to have gotten anything wrong. I mean,
No,
we
no.
were we were annoyed by substitutions. We were annoyed that Nkunku wasn't playing. We were annoyed about this and that. But we really couldn't be because those guys are playing on the Conference League every week.
Yeah.
And today you got to see, remember how I said too, an episode or two ago, that transition from the conference squad integrating with the Prem squad. And
And we're seeing it now.
we're seeing it now. And today we saw it 5-1. So I'm so happy. There was a time in the game, maybe by minute 75, minute 80, that the fans are chanting his name. Oh,
Oh,
Enzo
Enzo Maresca.
Maresca, and then he's just clapping.
I saw how
He's
he
just
was
clapping
like,
just like that. It's just
appreciating
acknowledging.
it. Yeah, acknowledging the fans and appreciating them. I mean, we can't say enough about him. He's been great, and people kept calling him. This would be an analogy to some college football people that watch us.
Mhm,
They were saying that Pep Guardiola is like the Nick Saban of soccer, where a lot of
mhm,
his assistants, his ex-assistants, go on to be their own managers and have the same type of style, and a lot of them kind of become successful. And that all
mhm.
comes from the Pep Guardiola school of football or the Nick Saban school of coaching. And it's yeah, Maresca used to be a Pep Guardiola assistant manager, and so he has a lot of those qualities, obviously.
Yeah.
Aside from being bald, for both of them, one's a fraud, one isn't, because one lost six
One's
in
a
a row,
fraud,
one didn't.
one has 115 charges on his head, one doesn't.
115 charges versus 0.
That's
But
right. Nailed.
yep, exactly. But no, he was supposed to be a carbon copy of Pep Guardiola, is what everyone would say. We're gonna play this high
Right.
possession football. It's gonna be boring. We're gonna tire our opponents, and you know, not saying the City don't score a bunch of goals because they do.
They
Excuse
do.
me, but it gets boring. If you watch City, they're boring. They're boring to watch, and not this Chelsea team. He's had his own version of what people thought his Pep Guardiola style football would be, and he's just done it a whole different way, and it's amazing. It's just
It is amazing.
he adapts so well. We talked about him
Mhm.
before, but he's such a good adaptable tactical
Coach.
manager.
Mhm.
Yeah, he knows where to tweak things, and that's
Yeah.
great. And this kind of newish formation, we didn't really play that much today, but we played against Aston Villa, and it was like a 3-5-2 almost, and where it was Cucurella, Fofana, and Colwell in the back three,
Right.
and then we had Caicedo as the right back, but he was inverting into the midfield. So most of the time he was in the midfield with Lavia, and then
Right.
the pivot we
That was
had.
nasty.
Yeah, that was really good tactical
Yeah.
setup. Like we mentioned that we wanted to win the midfield battle. He took it to another level and added even a fourth
Took it
player.
to another level.
He's like, "All right, I heard you guys. I've been watching Two Blues in a Pod. Shout out Enzo Maresca. I see you." But he's like, "I can do you one better." And then we had the wingers, but they weren't even. They were more like central tens.
Mhm.
Um, who was it? It was Neto and Felix that started it
Joao,
against
yeah,
Aston
I think
Villa,
it was Joao.
and
Mhm.
then Palmer and Enzo as the number 10s right behind Nico Jackson. And so
Right.
it's beautiful the way he did it. Guardiola, what he would do is make a center back be a fullback, and
Right.
Levi Cole will be a left back. That's not what he's doing,
Right. Right.
and it's just different. He's creating a box in the midfield of 4 players, but still has that 3 in the back that's there for any safety
Anything.
net.
Right.
You know, they're playing safety. They're playing
Yeah.
zone. And
Yeah.
so, it's just beautiful to see what he's doing with the Chelsea team, honestly.
Yeah. Dude, so I saw a stat earlier. We've scored at this point in the season, first game of December, we scored 7 more goals than our 22 to 23 season campaign.
God.
We have scored 42 goals in 14 matches of this league. So he's absolutely killing it. Imagine if you put, I mean, if you put the conference league games, I'm sure we're near 100 goals already.
We're at
That's insane.
I don't remember what we were at, but they mentioned it. We're pretty high up. This is our best game to goal ratio in the
Yes,
history of the
yes,
club since
yeah.
1905, since Chelsea was founded. The very best. And people will
2.25,
say, "Oh, what's the conference league?" Okay, whatever.
2.25 per game. We score. It's almost for sure we're gonna score 2 goals every game,
That's
and
insane.
that's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like our first goal, I'm not blinking anymore. Like I'm not jumping. I'm not getting excited. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's because I know there's at least 1, 2 more coming, like
Yeah.
at least. And yeah, shout out to him, man. I mean, there were so many tweets that I saw as well. Like, I'm gonna be crying and laughing when Maresca's. You guys want Maresca out by December. He's not gonna last a season. He's not gonna make it to January. All this stuff. All this stuff. Go look at the table. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say. Go look at the table. Go look at the table and go watch us play. Um, he's changed my life. He's genuinely given me peace.
Dude,
And
there's been memes, but I'm pretty sure it's
yeah,
true too. There's been a lot of people saying that he saved my life, and it's like,
he's changing my life. He's literally
yeah, like
changed
he
my life.
really is.
I don't. I mean, that's literally the best way I can put it. If you would have seen how it felt to be a Chelsea fan the last 2-3 years compared to what we're feeling now, you would understand. You would understand what I'm talking about. I would go into games for no reason, knowing we would lose for no reason.
We
And
would have to wake up at
and
5,
watch
6 in the morning
them
and get
fall.
ready to watch just us lose again to
Just lose to
it
Crystal
the
Palace, lose to this and that.
2 years ago when Southampton were in the league, in the Premier League before they got relegated. That season they got relegated. They did the double on us.
They did the
They won
double on.
home and away against us.
Yeah,
They won like 4 games probably all season, and 2 of them were us.
yeah.
That's sad.
That's sad. That's so sad. And now we're back, man. We're
We're
finally freaking
we're
back.
just so back. We're
Yeah, and
so back.
Southampton is not an easy team, man. Like I'm telling you, like yeah, they're 28th in the league and all this stuff, but they're actually a good team. Like
Like we were talking about it on the ball, they're really, really good. I mean, you
they're
saw in the
really,
first
really
10,
good.
15 minutes, they were all
Mm-hmm.
over us. They were really good on the ball. First one touch, pressing and everything.
like you said, they could have scored 2-3 if Jorgensen
Yeah,
wasn't huge today. So
it's just that their defense lets them down, and their midfield
yeah.
too. But
Hmm.
anything above that, they're really good. I can
Yeah.
see the style that they're trying to play too, but it's there's a lot of errors in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what really holds them back.
But sucks to be them. And you know what it doesn't suck to be? A Chelsea fan, because we're back, baby.
Yeah.
We are
We are freaking
back.
back.
Chelsea's back. We're second place, 7 points away from Liverpool. Liverpool have a they were showing their schedule for December. They have a I'm not saying it's a difficult one, but it's not an easy schedule either. We have
Right.
a couple big games to play, and I think ours is a little bit easier,
It's
maybe.
relatively easy. It's
Right.
I saw a tweet earlier, and I don't think
I got
I
it right
marked
now
it. Okay, go ahead.
in the Prem only. We got
Hmm.
Spurs away on Sunday, which that one's going to be
Yeah.
difficult, but it's
So
Spurs.
they're eighth.
It's 3 point lane. We're going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 point lane.
And then we got a London derby next week, not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after that on Sunday against Brentford.
Okay, that's a hard game.
That's a late kickoff, 1 p.m. our time. So 2 p.m. your time. That's what, 8 p.m. UK time. That's so weird. But that can be a tricky game because Brentford did the double on us again. When
That's
was it? Last year?
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah,
last year. They're
yeah.
a good team.
So,
They're a really good
yeah, they
team.
are a good team.
Well drilled.
And then we got Everton away the week after that. Then Boxing Day we got Fulham, London derby, Fulham derby, Fulham Road. That's
Nice.
nice
That's gonna
derby.
be fun.
Then we got Ipswich Town.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Didn't we just play Ipswich?
no, we didn't play Ipswich.
Maybe I'm thinking another team. I think it was United.
Yeah, you're thinking of United. United, they
Yeah.
started out so strong, 1-0 first like 30 seconds or whatever.
That's
And I
right.
told you, Ipswich is gonna tie it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, we got Crystal Palace and another London derby. So we're staying in London, baby. We got London calling. We got
Nice.
Spurs, Brentford, Everton. So that's away, or that's not in London. Then we got Fulham, Ipswich. I'm not familiar where Ipswich is at, but I doubt it's in London. Then we got Crystal Palace. Like we're just staying in London.
That's only
That's
2 teams
great.
away from London.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah,
So
that really
that's
is.
good. That's really good.
Especially for
And
December, dude. That's awesome.
yeah, I mean the Crystal Palace one is actually, I'm sorry, that's the first game in 2025 that we have. But
Okay.
still, we're we're looking good. It's a all of these should be 3 points,
Yeah.
honestly. The way we're
Literally.
playing, the way the other teams are playing, the form that they're in, the form that we're in, we should be getting 3 points in
Yeah.
every game. Even Spurs. Honestly, I
Yeah,
believe we
even
should be
Spurs,
getting 3 points
100%.
against Spurs. It's Spurs.
I think the hardest game is literally Brentford. I think that's the hardest game that you
I think
mentioned.
so too.
Um, but if you look at like the league standings of those teams, I think it's like 8th, 12th, 13th, 17th, 18th. So I mean, it's no
You're
one in the
right.
top six. It's no one in the top six. So
No,
yeah,
you're
you
right. We
should.
don't play a single person in the top six, but that can be dangerous. But
Yes,
not with
yes.
this team, not with this Chelsea team. Where
Now it is.
Charity FC is gone,
Yes,
and
sir. We're firing on all cylinders. That's the
we
thing.
got
If
it.
you don't
Yeah, we got our Chelsea back.
everybody's
We got
scoring,
it.
everybody's ready to play and make their stand. Like it's going.
W-
It's all
Yeah,
going.
we've got our Chelsea back. I mean, you
We've
heard
got
them chanting it. We've got our Chelsea back. 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 We've got our Chelsea back.
our-
Great time to be a
Oh
Blue.
gosh,
Man,
dude, it's awesome.
that wraps it up. It's second place in the table, 7 points away from Liverpool. We're in a title race. In a
Yes, sir.
title race, okay? I don't care what
Yes,
anyone
sir.
says. We're in a title race, and
Yep.
we're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league. I say it every year, and I'm just throwing darts at a wall, seeing if it'll stick, and it's gonna
Yeah.
stick this year because we got
Mm.
all the tools in our arsenal. Arsenal's below us. We're doing it, okay? We're doing it. We're winning the league. Just remember this. You can clip this, whatever. I got receipts. I'm gonna bring them up come May because we're gonna be Premier League champions. Everyone's talking about Liverpool right now. Just wait. Just wait. I mean, they played
Yes,
Newcastle
sir.
away and they struggled 3-3.
Yep.
Who beat them? We did.
Yep. Yep. Yes, sir.
So
We beat them.
we're back. We're winning the Premier League. We're winning the Conference League. We're winning the FA Cup. We're winning the treble. Maresca's winning a treble in his first season. We win trophies. Our
Wild.
Italian managers win the league on their very first season, and it's gonna happen again. And that's the type of
Dang.
energy I'm gonna keep throughout the whole season. That's the type of energy all the players are gonna have, and that's the type of energy I want to see from all the Chelsea fans. Because
Yes, sir.
why not? Why not?
Why not? Why not? We're looking like the second best team in the league right now. That's what we're looking like. And our Liverpool have not hit their slump yet. And that's bound to happen.
And they're
The
going.
only
Yeah, they're
teams we've
gonna.
lost to, Liverpool and City. That's it.
That's right.
So why not? Why not? Let's go do this thing, man.
Let's
Arsenal
do
are
it.
not are their strongest. City's not at their strongest.
Nope.
Liverpool is bound to slip up a little bit. United's not in the conversation. So
Nope.
let's
Spurs
go.
are in the
Let's go take it.
conversation. Aston Villa, we already destroyed.
Yeah.
We can do this.
We can do this. We can do
Let's do
this.
it.
I have
Let's
full
do it.
faith. Faith.
Faith.
I think we should end with the Enzo Maresca chant. Oh,
Oh,
Enzo
Enzo
Maresca.
Maresca.
Oh,
Oh,
Enzo
Enzo Maresca. Oh,
Oh,
Enzo
Enzo
Maresca.
Maresca.
Oh,
Oh,
Enzo
Enzo
Maresca.
Maresca. Let's
Oh, Enzo
go.
Maresca. We're back, baby.
We're
Let's
back.
go. Another episode of Two Blues in a Pod. I'm Pablo.
I'm Guillermo.
And I'm Chelsea till I die.
Chelsea till I die, baby. We'll see you all
Let's
next week.
go.
Enjoy the 3 points.